Each week we take time in our service to talk about generosity, specifically generosity with our finances, how we can steward the resources God has given us through tithe and offering to bless and to steward that well for His mission of being disciples that make disciples. And 1 week out of the month, we take time to highlight different missions things that we are a part of. And we talk about our faith missions offerings. But I want to talk specifically today about a local nonprofit that we support through your generosity, through your tithe and offering. We are helping a nonprofit right here in town called Transform Burien. And they've been in this area for many years. And I met with the director not too long ago. In fact, I got to go and serve on a Sunday to see what they're doing. But they've got a clothing bank, they've got a food store, and they serve meals 3 times a week on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday to be a blessing to our community. And they're helping so many people that are in vulnerable spots and places of need. So when we give, when we're taking from the resources that God has blessed us with, as we talk about in the message generosity, right? We bless out of the fact that God has blessed us. We pass that on. We're generous with that towards others. So as we are generous, as we steward with our tithe, that 10%, right? And our offering above and beyond that, as we steward those things well, God is able to use our church, to use us collectively, as we steward those things well as a church, to be a blessing, to bless not only to continue this great mission, this thing that Jesus has called us to, and the home churches that we have that are operating throughout the week, but also we get to be a blessing to nonprofit organizations like Transform Burien, as well as other missions efforts that we're a part of around the world. So thank you for your generosity. Thank you for continuing to say yes to Jesus, to say, Jesus, I want to be a blessing. I want my life to be a life of generosity. And I know that is our heart as a church. There are different ways that you can give here at Oasis. The first is through our website, www.oasishomechurch.com. And right there on the homepage in the top right corner, there's a tab that says Giving. And if you click on that tab, it'll take you to another page where you can set up either one-time or reoccurring giving. And I know there are lots of you that are starting to set up reoccurring gifts, and that's a step of faith. And so thank you. Thank you for trusting Jesus in that way. And I know there are others of you that take advantage of other ways that you can give. And another one of those is by mailing that in here to the church, 520 South 150th Street in Burien, 98148. And if you want to mail that in, we can certainly receive that. As well as right there in your home church, I know that you know that, but you can give right there today in your home church. And so I just want to again remind us of man, as we give, as we're generous, God is going to use us to be a blessing, and not just as a church, but we get to pass that on to great nonprofits, great organizations like Transform Burien, who are doing phenomenal work to bless those in our community that are vulnerable, that are in places of need. So thank you for continuing to be faithful, and we just want to say thank you again for your generosity.